Hey, welcome back to Vintage on Vintage. I'm Steve. Today it's Sunday, August 3rd. The 2025 National is winding down. Today's the last day. I won't be going. I only went 2 days this year. I went Thursday, Friday, but had a blast. Did most of my damage on Thursday. On Friday, I spent a lot of the day looking for cards that I could potentially resell and start to build the war chest for Strongsville. The National, if you haven't been there, you really should go at some point. Like for me, and I've said this before, Strongsville is my favorite show just because it's small, intimate, a lot of vintage, and you really get a chance to connect with other content creators and collectors. But the National is its own monster. I mean, it's amazing the amount of just sheer cards and the quality of cards. And so if you've never gone, I would highly recommend doing it. The other cool thing about all the cards for me, it's also was a great chance to connect with people who don't go to Strongsville, and people I hadn't met before. There were quite a few fellow YouTubers that I met. I'm not going to name everybody because I don't want to miss somebody. But I met a lot of people that I've been commenting with for years, and that was a blast. It was great getting to talk to you guys. And then there's always the other YouTubers that I've met before. But for me, I only go to the National when it's in Chicago. It's not something I travel to, so it's been a couple years since I've seen a lot of great friends, and it was really fun to connect with them. I wish I could have spent more time talking to each and every one of you. And then I got to walk the floor. I walked the floor both days. For the most part, it was John P. collects cards, Jason, everyday card collector, Mitchell, White Sox fan, card collector, and Joe, our friend. Joe doesn't have a channel. You should, by the way, Joe. Joe, great guy, unbelievable cards he owns and unbelievable knowledge of cards. So I walked the floor with those guys, and it was a lot of fun both days. Just looking at cards, sharing each other's pickups. Some of those guys have some great pickups. I know some of them already put videos out, and some will be putting them out. So remember, when their videos come out, check it out if you haven't already, because they picked up some sweet cards. And for me, I went in, I think I was on a show earlier, with Theo, and I was stating, hey, here's the 3 cards I was going to chase, and I didn't know if I had the budget, and they were the Wilt Chamberlain rookie, the Tom Seaver rookie, and the Clemente rookie. And, to be honest with you, because I had picked up that Satchel page, the 53 page, my budget was a little lighter than I wanted it to be. It was still pretty strong budget for me. But the Chamberlains, I only saw a couple that I liked the eye appeal on, and they were well out of the range. I didn't see a Seaver that I liked until I'd already purchased some bigger cards, so I didn't have the budget remaining. But I will tell you, George Diamond Yard Cards has some beautiful Seavers. And then I saw some Clementes, and I was close. I was hemming and hawing. Should I pull the trigger? Should I not pull the trigger? But ultimately, I decided to wait on the Clemente, and I pivoted. I pivoted to 3 other cards that have been on my list, 3 cards that I'm excited to now own, and I can't wait to show you. So how about I flip this camera and we check out some of the cards and some of the gifts I got at the National. So I'm going to start out with some of the amazing gifts that people gave me. It's always humbling, and when somebody sees something and they think of you and they bring it, especially to give to you, it's really cool. So and I want to thank anybody who does that. It's humbling, and thank you. The first was from my good friend John P. collects cards. He gave me this really cool Steve Garvey gum wrapper. Look how cool that is. He knows I'm a Garvey fan. He's one of my guys. And I just love this, John. This is so cool. So thank you very much, my friend. And then in the beginning of the trade night, he picked up 2 of these and he gave me one of them. And look at this beauty. This is one of the cards that Scott Reindeer Studio makes. Beautiful, beautiful card of Martin Diego. I love this card. John had he bought 2 of them and he just said, "Hey, I got one for you." So, I know a lot of you guys know how good Scott's stuff is out there. These things are just such cool cards. So that's awesome. You know, John, thank you very much. And then my good friend Jason, everyday card collector, you know, he had texted me, said, "I have something for you." And he gave me this. Look at this. Frank Thomas rookie card in a 9. You know, he watched one of my videos. I think Thomas has 5 or 6 rookie cards, and I have 2. I don't have this one graded, and I don't have this one graded, and he knew it was on my list, and he said, "Hey, I want you to have it." So, and that is just, Jason, this is absolutely gorgeous. This is perfect card. So thank you, my friend. And then if that wasn't enough, we were walking the floor together and I was looking at a card and I was hemming and hawing, and he just said, "You know what, I'll pick it up for you." And he cut a deal with the lady and picked up this beautiful Jim Gilliam. Look at this beauty. Just cause. So, you know, both John and Jason, 2 of the best guys in the hobby. Good friends. I, you know, really enjoy spending time with them. So thank you, Jason. This is awesome. And then I hadn't seen my good friend Jim, Picker Jim, in a couple years. And then we got to see him at the beginning of the get-together, YouTube get-together, before we got moved out of the room. I did have a chance to talk with Jim. Jim, I wish I could have spent more time talking with you, my friend. But Jim said, "Hey, I got something for you." And he brought me this. Look at this. This is so cool. It's a Henry Aaron top. I think it's called Italy's, if that's not, if I remember right. If it's a family restaurant. I know John P. Collects had picked up one of these and shown it. And I remember telling him how cool it is. And then Jim said, "Hey, you know, Steve, I thought of you. This is your guy, and I want you to have this." And this, Jim, it's unbelievable. It's so cool. So thank you, my friend. That you know, it's just such a cool piece. Those were the gifts. Thank you all. It's really humbling, and you know, all I can say is thank you. And then before the show, I had arranged to buy some cards from Mitchell, White Sox fan, card collector, and pick them up at the show. I know in a couple of his other videos, you know, Mitchell bought a card collection, and it's really heavy in some great rookie football players, and you know, he's selling them. So, you know, if you're looking, once you see these cards, if you're looking for some football cards, reach out to Mitchell, because I still think he has some. But I picked up 4 cards, 3 graded, 1 not, all rookie Hall of Famers, and all cards I'm really excited to have. So the first card I picked up, the ungraded one, is this Marcus Allen rookie card. Really excited. You know, Marcus Allen is so underrated. He was a great football player. And I grew up at the time in Southern California, and then we moved to Northern California. I used to love watching USC football, and he was a stud for USC. You know, he was a stud with the Raiders, even splitting time. And then he eventually went to Kansas City, and just a great football player. So excited to have that. I'll probably slab this thing just because I'd love to see it in a slab. Next up, you know, I saw this, and I've been thinking about picking one up for a while. I just hadn't, and it's a Steve Largent rookie card. I saw it on Mitchell's video, and I just like, Mitchell, I got to have one of those. And he gave me, I think, on all of these, I think he gave me first choice, and I think I got the best ones he owns, but I could be wrong, or he had it for sale. This is a Largent in a 7, you know. It's a perfect card. It's just absolutely gorgeous. You know, Steve Largent, really, really great wide receiver. I think he was the all-time leading receiver before Jerry Rice passed him. If it wasn't one, he was pretty close. Great football player. Next up is this John Elway rookie card in an 8. Look at this. That's a gorgeous card. You know, Elway was one of the most physically gifted quarterbacks I've ever seen play. You know, he could run, he had size, he had the arm. And, you know, his dad was a head football coach at San Jose State, so he had the football IQ. What a great quarterback. This is one I wanted in the collection for a while, and this one I think is just absolutely gorgeous. And then the last one, another of the great quarterbacks. Look at this, Dan Marino. Whoops, sorry about that. I just hit the tripod. Probably the best pure passer, you know, I've ever seen. This guy could just really sling the football. Had he played on some better teams, you know, I think he would have eventually got the championship that eluded him. But this is a beautiful card, and one that I've actually wanted. So Mitchell, you gave me a great deal on these. I appreciate it, my friend, and I'm so excited to have these in the collection. Okay, here's a couple cards. So the second day, when I was shopping for cards to sell, I did pick up this beauty, this Sparky Anderson rookie card, and this is in really, really good shape. If you look at it really carefully, it has like a little indentation here of some sort, but outside of that, like the centering on this card, I'm debating what I'm going to do with it. You know, I bought it with the intent to resell it, and I'm probably going to go that path, but it's so well centered, I may just keep it. So, but I wanted to share it because it was a really cool card. So pick that one up. The other ungraded card I picked up, you know, I was walking along and it was in a side booth, and John P. Collects pointed out, said, "Hey, aren't you looking for one of those?" And I was, and it's this 1963 Fleer Sandy Koufax. And this is a cool card. This corner and this corner are a little nicked, but, you know, outside of that, I think it's a beautiful card. The gentleman it was a consignment that he had in his booth, and he was asking $45 for it. And, you know, anytime you can get a Koufax for $45, you should. This one's definitely going to get graded, probably going to go in my next submission, which I'm working on putting together. And now it was time for my big cards. I picked up 3. So the first 2 cards, I bundled them together at Ash's table. I was there. Jason, Everyday Card Collector, helped negotiate the deal with Ash. And I picked up 2 cards I've been looking to pick up for a while. The first one, so excited to have finally, is the Larry Bird Magic Johnson rookie card. It's got Dr. J in the middle. You're not going to get any better players than that. It's in an SGC 5, and I think it's probably because of the centering. But outside of that, you know, this card is notoriously hard to get without a bunch of issues, and this one has none. This is just a beautiful, beautiful card, and I've wanted it. You know, for me, Larry Bird was great, Julius Erving was great, but Magic, you know, he was my man. I'm a Laker fan. He's probably my second or third favorite Laker of all time. It's really close between him and Kobe. So really excited to add this one to the collection. And then at the same time, here's another card I've been looking for that I just think is a beautiful card. I picked up this 1955 All-American Jim Thorpe. And this is just a card that I've wanted forever. You know, as a kid, I read about Jim Thorpe, you know, possibly the greatest athlete that ever lived, right? Played professional football, played professional baseball. And of course, you know, he won the decathlon. So, um, and it's just cool. The coloring on this card is sweet. The centering on this card is awesome. It's a beauty. It's a really cool set. And for me, you know, he has a rookie card, but this is probably perfect for me. This is the one Jim Thorpe card I think I wanted in the collection, and I was so excited to grab this one. And then the last card, you know, this is a pivot, right? I was looking at Clemente rookies, but I had seen this at Craig Halbach's table. Craig has great cards. Every time I go to a show, I end up buying something from him. A, because his cards they're nice, really nice. And B, I think he's very reasonable. And I had seen this, I thought about it, and I decided instead of pulling the trigger on a Clemente that I wasn't 100% in love with, that I picked up this card, and I'm excited. I picked up the Nolan Ryan rookie card, or should I say the Jerry Kuzman rookie card. Really excited to add this card. It's a card that's been on my want list for a while. This is a 5. The front of this card is really sharp. You know, when you look at the back, look at that. Like, this is about as beautiful a 5 as you're going to get. And Craig said he actually had this one raw and he sent it in to get it graded. And it was a smart move because it's a beautiful, beautiful card. So that was it for me. It was a big show for me. I spent my budget. I'm really, really excited about my 3 big pickups. Want to thank and the cards I got from Mitchell, because I wanted those football cards for a while. Want to thank you guys for the gifts again. Had a great show. I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch. Until we talk again, stay safe, keep collecting. We'll see you soon.